Hello everybody, I hope everyone is doing well and welcome back. So in today's video, I thought it'd be fun to do a Shop My Stash. I love doing these videos on a monthly basis. I feel like they're a really great way for me to appreciate the products I already have in my collection, and they're also a great opportunity for me to throw in a couple of the products I have been testing out over the course of this month, so I have a better roundup at the end. Also, please give me some feedback on the sound quality. I'm using a different mic today, and it's making me a little nervous because it's a little bit more complicated to use, but please let me know if this is a better quality of sound. That'd be very, very helpful. But I'm going to quit my babbling and get to picking. So before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. Okay, so starting off with my base products. What's a primer I haven't used in a while? I feel like I've been using all of my glowy ones like these a lot recently, so I wanna, maybe the Rare Beauty one. Maybe the Vesca. I feel like Vesca is the winner for today. And for my foundation, I wanna use something I'm testing out, so I'm gonna try the YSL foundation again. Same with the Bare Minerals Original Concealer. I'm gonna try that again. For my face powder, I'm gonna try the Wet n Wild Translucent again. Just for my face though, for under the eyes, I'm just gonna go for my go-to, which is the Pat McGrath Under Eye Blurring Powder. For my brows, I have these out already. I really wanna try the House Labs Eyebrow Pencil. I don't know why, but I'm kind of excited for it. And I'm gonna try the Quo Beauty Brow Gel, since I wasn't able to in my last video. I'm gonna try this Bite Beauty eyeliner once again. Same with this NYX mascara, since I've only used it once so far. Now we're moving on to a more exciting drawer. For my bronzer today, what do I want to use? I haven't used the Melt Sculpt Stack in a moment, and it really caught my eye today, so I think I'm gonna use this. For my blush, blush, always a dilemma. I always want to use multiple. When I look at this drawer, it's my favorite section in my entire collection. Maybe I haven't used a Glow Play blush in a really long time. This one looks cute. This one might suit the look. I was going to pick a Tower 28 option just in case, but I'm gonna stick to the Glow Play blush from MAC. And for my highlighter, the Kosas Duo. Is this it? Yeah, this one. For an eyeshadow palette, I know exactly what I want to do today, and the Fun Size palette from Sugar Pill is perfect for what I'm doing. I love this palette so much. And a Baby Steve on there? I cannot. And I'm also going to pick out an eyeliner pencil from over here. I'm gonna pick out this Quo Beauty gel liner. And I honestly think that's it for right now. I'm going to save my lips for later just because I don't know what direction I'm going to go in, and this just feels overwhelming for right now. So I'll pick this at the end. So the first thing I chose was the Vesca Beauty Soft Sun Radiant Skin Primer and Luminizer. I forgot to push record and I already applied this, but I'm going to do it again for the vid. So I'm just going to take about this much, so I'm double layering it. I find this product to be quite similar to the MAC Strobe Cream. It's just a little bit more sheer. Strobe Cream is a little bit more intense in my opinion. This one just looks like you just got home from a run or something. It's very, very glow giving, but it's more on the natural side, I find. I think it's so beautiful. So I got a lot of that on my skin right now. 2 layers, okay. Good start, good start. So for my foundation, I picked out the YSL Le Teint Touche Éclat, and I'm using the shade BD25. And I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my hand here, and here's the consistency. So it's a little on the thinner side, it's more liquidy. My hair is really bugging me today. I'm gonna put a ponytail after I apply the foundation. I'm gonna use my little Moda complexion brush. This one does have a perfume in it. It's a little bit on the intense side for me, but I find that it dissipates through the day, so it doesn't linger around or give me a headache. I find that perfumes that have a really intense fragrance to them always give me a headache, and I cannot. But this one, it doesn't happen. But I know a lot of people are quite sensitive to fragrance in their products, so I would stay away from this one. This one I've worn I think 3 times now, and it is really beautiful. It makes my skin look very filtered and blurred, but I do find that it tends to kind of thicken up around my mouth. It's not the most seamless or natural looking foundation on me. I don't know if it's ever going to be a super favorite of mine, but it's just good. Like it's a fine foundation. Okay, so I don't know if these two products are friends. They don't look like they're meshing well. I feel like from afar, like my skin looks fantastic, but up close, it looks quite dry, which like I don't get. I'll zoom you guys in to show you. See, around my mouth, it looks really, really dry. On my chin, same with over here. I guess it just looks like the foundation is sitting on top of my skin. So maybe these two products aren't meant to go together. I think they're fighting, but I don't think my skin looks so bad to the point where I should restart. I think a setting spray will remedy it. So I'm gonna try to use a little bit of my Linearity Glow Face Mist. This one's a great one to kind of mesh products that aren't getting along well. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm just going to let this kind of soak in for a moment, and then I'm gonna go over with a sponge to kind of remove any excess. I look like I just stepped out of the pool. Whoops. Too refreshing. I couldn't stop. That's way, way better, but it's still kind of just sitting on my chin. Everywhere else it kind of looks better. It's still not the best. So anyways, I'm just going to move on from this. And I'm going to use some concealer now, and I chose the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer, and I'm using the shade Fair 1W. And I've been really enjoying this concealer, I'm not gonna lie. And this is my second time using it, but I enjoyed it the first time. So we'll see. Is this the color I used the first time? I feel like this looks way lighter. And I'm just going to blend this out with my Quo Beauty sponge. I don't think this concealer launched yet, so I still don't know much about it, and I don't know what the shade range is like, but I shall enjoy it right now. I thought that shade was going to end up a lot lighter against my skin today, but it actually kind of evened out, mixed in with the foundation a bit. I feel like that looks pretty good. Okay, so now for my powder, I'm gonna first set my under eyes, and of course I'm using my Pat McGrath under eye powder. I'm just gonna take this little eyeshadow brush to really get under there. And since I'm not using that many creams today, I'm going to use a little bit of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder on my forehead as well as the center of my cheeks. And I'm gonna use this huge brush. This is a Royal & Langnickel Balm 125 brush. I'm just gonna lightly set my forehead as well as right here. This one's a pretty good blurring one, so I was hoping it was going to even out my chin, but I feel like that almost made it worse. Uh-oh. So now I'm going to move on to bronzer and contour. I'm gonna mix two shades in this little melt stack. I'm gonna use the contour color as well as the bronzer one, the two lighter ones, so light medium in the contour and bronzer. I'm first going to dip into the bronzer color. I'm gonna start on my forehead. Ooh, that might be a little, too deep for me right now. It's looking a little orangey on my skin today. I haven't used this in a while and I feel like I'm too pale for it. So for my cheekbone area, I'm gonna dip once into the bronzer color and a couple more times into the contour, so I can get kind of a even mix of those. And I'm gonna just slightly define my face. So I'm not gonna go past my brow much. Just gonna keep most of the color right here and diffuse the rest near the center of my face. Okay, I added some of the contour color to my forehead and I look less Oompa Loompa-y. I feel like that's better. Not the best, but now I know not to use this when I'm the color of snow. Oh my goodness. Okay, over the weekend, I was doing some light spring cleaning. I was just getting rid of a couple things that I was tired of looking at, and I put out a couple of the plants I no longer wanted on the curb just so people could adopt them if they wanted to. Some of them got adopted and some of them were left out overnight, and I sadly forgot about them, so I didn't bring them inside. so they kind of froze overnight. But anyways, the next morning I went out to bring them back in, and someone had put out or extinguished one of their cigarettes in the pot. And I was just like, what in the world? That is the weirdest thing to do. Out of all the places to extinguish your cigarette, you put it in my little plant pot. People are so weird sometimes. I kind of put myself in their shoes, and it must have been one of those moments where your brain just like tells you to do something. Maybe, I don't know. I was trying to like make excuses, but nonetheless, it was so weird. I took a picture of it just to show you guys, but right? That is like rude, kind of? That person must have been really bored. Quarantine has definitely gotten to them. So now I'm gonna go in with my cream highlight from Kosas. I'm using the shade Tropic Equinox. And this is my Pro Glow brush from Moda. I just looked at myself in the viewfinder and I look so much more I don't know if I look like I know how to do makeup today. I thought it was going to be super smooth. I thought all these products were going to work for me today, and I look far too contoured and bronzed. Hello? I think my door just kind of opened by itself. What is going on? I'm just going to take this Charlotte Tilbury powder and kind of go over here to add some kind of little sheer veil of coverage to kind of take down my sculpted forehead. Okay, that's better. That is much better. So now for my blush, I'm going to be using the MAC That's Peachy Glow Play Blush. This is the Coach Angled Blush Brush. And I've been enjoying applying my blush kind of higher up on my cheekbones, just for a lifted effect. It's kind of fun to switch up placements once in a while. I think it just makes it a little bit more fun. Things are looking up. I added a ton of blush. It's looking good. Okay, I know I was having a rough start, but at this point, I feel like my skin looks really good, right? Or am I just getting used to it? I know it's a little bit more bold than I usually go for, but I feel like it looks nice. Who'da thunk? Anyways, so now it's brow time, and I picked out the Haus Labs eyebrow pencil to try out today. I have a couple shades here. I swatched the two that I think are gonna work for me. I'm gonna put the two other shades to the side. Here are the two that could work for me. This one is medium brown, and this is the shade Noir, which is black. And I think I'm gonna use this one. I like the looks of this because they seem to be a little sheerer, so I feel like they'll look more natural. And I wanted to compare the size of the pencil next to the Huda one. Oh yeah, the Huda one is much, much smaller. This one's the Huda one, and here is the Haus Labs. You can see this is like the tiniest eyebrow pencil I've ever seen. So let's give Miss Gaga a try. We're just gonna comb my brows up so we can see what we're working with. Okay, this one's definitely more on the waxy side. I have to go over the same area a couple of times to build up the color. As of right now, this feels pretty average to, you know, any other pencil I've ever tried, so means it's good, I guess. Sometimes I get shy with doing my brows on camera because I know I don't have the nicest brows, and I get told that quite often, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not about to shave off my brows to create a very symmetrical look. I'm just gonna work with what I have. And now I'm gonna try out the Quo Beauty Brow Defining Gel, and I'm using the shade Ash. This is what the little brush looks like. So this type of brush is quite common to a lot of brow gels. I prefer the Cosmetics type of brush. I feel like you can really precisely get in there and coat each hair without touching your skin. But this one looks actually quite nice. It made it look quite fluffy. Ooh, okay. I actually like what I'm seeing right now. It's not as waxy as the Glossier Boy Brow. I feel like it's a good mixture of Boy Brow and the Cosmetics thing. The Cosmetics brow cream. I'm gonna have to try this out a couple more times, but I feel like it made my brow hairs look more fluffy, which I enjoy. So there are my brows done, and I'm not going to strip you guys from a brow intermission. So while I prime my eyes, please enjoy the intermission. Okay, so now it's time for eyes, and by the way, I primed my eyelids with the NYX eyeshadow base. It's been pretty good so far. I do experience creasing sometimes, so it's not as good for me as the Fenty Beauty one, but it's still pretty good. So I'm going to be using this little eye pencil first, and I'm going to use this mostly as a base so that I get more out of the colors I'm going to be using later on. And this is the Quo Beauty One Stroke Gel Liner in the shade Mighty Mint 44. So I'm going to first apply it all over my lid up until my crease. And I'm going to blend out the edges with this little brush. I don't know what it is. I have to blend this out before it sets. It's a Chic crease brush. And I'm gonna add a little bit more right on the mobile lid since this is where I want it to be the most pigmented. I'm just gonna kind of dab and tap at the edges. Okay, cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump into my Sugar Pill Fun Size palette, and I'm going to use the shade 8-Bit right here, which is this nice periwinkle blue color. It's so beautiful. I'm going to use this Huda Beauty Eye Naughty Shader brush, and I'm gonna press that onto my lid. I pretty much added that blue pencil to begin with, just so that the shadow was more opaque. I didn't want this to have any sheer points at all. And I'm also going to lightly blend this through my crease. So now I'm going to take this little brush. I don't know which one this is. The little label fell off. It's just a fluffy brush. Is this dirty or is it stained? That's always the question. And I'm going to dip into the shade Player One, which is this nice lavendery purple. And I'm going to start incorporating that right in the crease. This is going to be a nice transitional shade into a pink. I think these colors look so beautiful together. I'm actually going to continue with that little mysterious brush right here, and I'm going to, I don't know which color I'm going to use, maybe a mixture, no, this one, this middle pink right here. I'm more drawn to that one, which is called Level Up. And I'm going to add this on top here. I'm gonna take a clean, fluffy brush and just go over everything in the crease here just to kind of soften it up. Oh, these colors are so gorgeous all together. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little eyeliner with the Bite Beauty Upswing Extreme Longwear liquid liner. I like to rest both elbows on my desk to do this so I get more control. And I'm extra shaky today because I had a very strong matcha, so we'll see how this goes. Wish me luck, you guys. So now I'm going to repeat those steps on my lower lash line. So I picked the pencil back up again, and I don't think I'm gonna bring this into the waterline. This is a Nabla N210 brush. That minty color is kind of fun on the bottom, but I really want to copy what I have on top. I think I'm gonna do the whole thing with this brush actually. So I'm gonna take Player One. There's something so relaxing about working with color. I don't know what it is. And finally, the shade Level Up. I'm just taking a second layer of that blue since it kind of disappeared. And there we are, I think that's good. I'm just gonna take a touch of this Vesca Beauty highlighter for my inner corner highlight, and I'm using the shade Moonlight. I'm gonna use a tiny pencil brush just so I can get some precision. A duochrome color would be really cool in the inner corner as well, but I think I wanted to make it a touch more wearable, so I'm gonna add that color. The final thing I'm going to do here is I'm gonna take a clean brush again, and I'm taking a touch of my Pat McGrath powder, and I'm gonna run it along the edges right here just to diffuse this even further, and it makes it look softer as well. So there we go. I'm just going to copy that on this eye real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what the eyes are looking like. Again, I struggled really hard getting this liquid liner on. This one was a breeze. This one struggled again. Weird. So now it's time for mascara, and I'm going to use the NYX On the Rise Volume Lift Mascara for my top lashes. And I already curled them. Oh, already I got a little speck on my eyeshadow. Okay, so now for my bottom lashes, I'm going to use my Cosmetics Pick Me Up. Okay, so here are the eyes all finished. I absolutely love how they turned out. They're so fun. This look is coming together really, really nicely. I still feel like my skin looks super dry, especially around my mouth. Here, I don't know if it's gonna show on camera, but it just looks a little cakey. So now I'm going to move on to the lips and then we're all done. Okay, so for my lip liner, I actually transferred them all into this little container. I feel like I don't gravitate towards the same lip liners as much anymore. I think this one right here is going to work really nicely. This is the Persona Almond, and it's actually a really, really close dupe to Cosmetics Fawn. This, oh, you can't really tell. This little line right here is Cosmetics Fawn, and here's Almond from Persona. They're like identical. Interesting. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I'm going for something a little more on the natural side. I'm trying to complement my cheek color, so I'm gonna go for something a little peachier. And I'm going to apply some of this Wet n Wild Bellini Overflow Mega Last High Shine Brilliance lipstick. This is their sheer formula. I feel like I should have been wearing some lip balm throughout this video. My lips are very dry. I feel like I need a little gloss on top. I'm gonna add some of this Kosas gloss in the shade Jellyfish. And before I dip the wand back in, I'm just gonna wipe off the contaminated color on top so it doesn't mix in with this lip gloss. Here we are. Okay, so here is the finished final look. I love how this turned out. The colors are so pretty all together. What do you guys think? I'm excited to hear your feedback. I'm excited to also take some more pictures. But with that being said, that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's Shop My Stash. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out so very much. I'll make sure to link all of these products in the description down below as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.